everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jocelyn, and today is going to be a fun workplace culture day. Yeah, we're at part 3. It should be a good time. Today we are talking about market culture, which is kind of like a 180 on hierarchy culture. So let's get started and do some makeup trends. I really like bubbly fruit burp water. That's what this boils down to. I'm going to start out with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer in Matte. Let's dab it on. My skin is not a happy camper today. The side of my nose has been getting progressively worse for the past, chunk of time. I get to use a new concealer. Yay! The Boi-ing Benefit Cakeless Concealer. Yeah, this is how you put this stuff on, right? I'm gonna take my beauty blender and, oh yeah, get this stuff not red. Oh, maybe I need to put foundation on. Hopefully that'll base that enough. Foundation time. Oh, I should not have done all of that on my forehead. Oh yeah, so if you were here for the last 2 workplace culture videos, congrats, you've made it to part 3. And if you have not watched those others yet, then go ahead and follow that link right there to take you to the playlist that has the other 2. So far we have talked about the wonderful clan culture, the ever-present hierarchy culture, and today we're talking market culture. So quick recap, clan culture is the family dynamic, hierarchy culture is kind of like the traditional workplace culture, and marketplace is high stakes, competitive, oof, yeah. I heard somewhere that you want to do it on the outer part of your eye and not like the inner part as much, or maybe you only want to do it on the inner part and not the outer part. There was somebody somewhere who said something about it. So obviously I'm following some direction for something. I just can't remember what it is. Powder. The concealer was a freebie, I think, or maybe the powder was a freebie. No, the concealer is what I wanted to buy from Benefit. And then inadvertently I ended up also getting their setting powder that I'm gonna try out. It's a little bit more pinky. I got the light medium shade. It's very light. Don't know what medium they're talking about, but I'm gonna try it since I got it. So with our fun handy dandy market culture, it is all about what is new, what is trending, what is the next big thing, competition against your company's competition. Also, most likely a lot of inside company competition. Not just incentives for you to work, but incentives for you to outperform those who you should be working alongside. You can already tell my feelings on this, can't you? Okay, this powder did okay. There's a powder puff in there, but I don't know how I feel about the packing it on and then dusting it off later. I understand for specific spots, but full face, that seems like a lot. But I don't know. I'm also not a professional, so in case you're new here, welcome. We are all not professionals here in something. Even if you're a professional in one thing, you're probably not a professional in everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. So that's fun. I'm gonna do my contour. Let's break down a little further what I mean when I'm talking about all of this market culture stuff. Center stage concept of marketplace culture is all about winning, succeeding, and doing what you set out to do. It's very goal oriented, right? It's not so much process oriented as we've talked about in my theories of motivation video. Okay, we want to get 500 things done by the end of the week. It doesn't matter if we find a bug in the system that needs to get fixed, or if we fix that bug in the system. If we don't hit that 500 mark, we have been a failure for the week. Which sucks. I mean, that's not fun. You did a lot of other stuff. Just because that one thing didn't get done doesn't mean that you are a failure. Let's get some blush in here. I think this is Shy. Yep, I'm gonna use the Shy blush from Mary Kay. Glowing and dewy and fantastic. So with all these trends and everything, it can be really hard as a worker to figure out preemptively what is going to be the best thing, what is going to be new, because it's not necessarily about trying anything new out. It is about finding the thing that is going to be the most winning solution. So we're gonna do a bunch of trend makeup. I wanna start off with just kind of a neutral base. I got some new eyeshadow palettes. So I got NYX's Ultimate Shadow Palette. This one is Ultimate Utopia. They have different colors, like different color patterns, but this ultimate collection. I'm gonna use this peachy tone right here. This brush still has, I cleaned it recently and oh, yep. Don't clean your brushes right before you use them. There we are. So with our goal-oriented market focus, we have leadership that is very much trying to push these goals, push the new, and constantly push its workforce to meet those goals and go forward, right? Which is very much the opposite of what our hierarchy culture was about. Hierarchy culture was all about keeping tradition focused and maintaining the course trajectory, and really was more about process than anything. I mean, you could say it's about product too, in the fact that with such a high focus on process, you think you would get the same outcome every time. You do the same thing, you get the same outcome. Yes and no, but we're not talking about that video. We're talking about this video, right? I also got the Tribe by Juvia, right? And this pretty green shades. I'm gonna use Masai right here because one of the trends that happened, apparently, was very bright, like neon shades in just like key places. So there's this like corner of the eye and inner corner thing with our bright pigmented shadow. Yeah, and I'm just gonna layer it on till I get the desired thing. Ooh, I got like a hair in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna start out with my weird little like bright pop on those corners. And now that I've got just that little bit of like a yellowy green in there, I'm gonna go in with Tootsie as well. And I probably shouldn't use the same brush. Good thing I got new brushes, yay! So now hopefully I won't reuse the same ones for every color. And I'm gonna concentrate it even more inside there. Hopefully it doesn't just look like a random bruise. I even went and I bought eye primer and then I forgot to use it. It's okay, makeup is an art, not a science. And today's art is not primed. So this is literally supposed to be one of the trends. It's very like light, summer, airy, spot of color, literal just spot. And then the other spot they always place it is like right in the inner corner. So I'm gonna do that green. I know I didn't do the yellow there, but I'm just gonna try this. Market culture can be quite toxic as well when you work in it. Think about like, oh, what's that movie? Was it Moneyball? Before the 2008 financial crisis, story about the stock market and like the crazy competitive and the super highs and the super lows sort of deal. That. High stakes, very chaotic, very not consistent, lots going on all the time. I'm gonna also probably darken up that outer shade spot because that inner part got really green compared to that outer part. Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna do for the eyeshadow part because that's it. Yep. Do I need to blend that? Yes, no, technically, probably. Another huge trend that we're seeing is glitter everywhere. So I'm gonna use some of this glitter. It's a NYX glitter. Does it have a color? It's called Beauty Beam. It's pretty cute. And I'm actually gonna glitter prime for this because glitter is just gonna fall off hardcore. So I have a NYX Professional Glitter Primer that I'm gonna pop on, and the glitter is literally only inner cornering. We don't want it the rest of the party. It can sit with us just in the inner corner. Take it over just a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, I'm here for the glitter trend. My eye probably won't be when I get glitter in it later. Currently not matte. There's where we're at with our glitter everywhere thing. Another thing, using our fun like liquid liners in our waterline. I'm really nervous to do this because I don't want my entire eye turning green. But I'm just gonna do it on the bottom waterline. Wow, this looks significantly darker in the tube. Ooh, Totally got it in my contact. Here we are. Do I look trendy? Because I can't see anything. This is the downside of liquid liner. But it does the thing. It gets that like little pop of green there. Alright, I was gonna do a statement liner. Yeah, and then I'll probably use that green again. One of the other fun trends that we've been seeing lately is like what they're calling floating liner, where you do a liner and then you kind of have like a random liner just chilling up there. And sometimes your first liner, your like normal liner, also has a double line, like a double tail. I'm gonna start with my bright like as my flick, I think, and then I'm going to go over the edge until the bright is just a little bit with the black. You can't really see because it's green on green, but it's okay because we're gonna get the black in there and maybe it'll be seen. Yeah, so this time I have a Milani the Tank eyeliner in black or noir. Yeah, I'm changing up my pen eyeliners too. I really went a little overboard with this makeup order. And I thought that I bought like a white liquid eyeliner, but apparently I didn't, so next time. Not needed right now. I'm just gonna do a classic wing. Yeah. Why does this one look so much better? Why am I touching it if it looks so much better? Honestly don't know. But I did my inner point as well because the sharpness, I think that's in right now, right? Maybe. Maybe it's not by the time this is out. So I got my green, I got that. And then I have to get my floating liner. Right, so you can kind of see my green double line here. It's not quite as sharp as I want. Wait, not gonna use black. Don't use black on that. Not as sharp as I want it to be, but there. So I'm gonna sharpen up that line. I'm gonna do my floating liner and we can continue with the conversation. So the one thing when your eyes are like different shapes is no matter how much you try, one of them's gonna be a little bit off, but yeah. So I've got my like floating liner, I've got my glitter inside, I've got my like fancy little double wing here, and it's a lot because everything is constantly important, everything's trying to pull focus. And in those market cultures, because you're always looking for the next thing, you're always trying to win, you're trying to like beat everyone else, you're constantly going, there is no break, there is no like subtlety about it, you know? On that note, let's add highlight. There was one trend that I saw that was like glitter highlight as well, or glitter blush, and it was literally just like a spot of glitter, like the same glitter I used on the inner corner, just like boom, not even like a subtle shimmer or like a dash of glitter, no, like packed on glitter on the cheeks. It was a lot. I like glitter, I'm here for the concept, but it was a lot. So I'm gonna break out my Aurora Lights Buddha palette right here, my eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna use as highlight as always. Welcome to the channel if you're new. And I could use green if I just wanted to keep going with the green theme, but no, I'm gonna use Kaleidoscope because it's such a pretty little like pinky glitter thing. And I'm gonna make this one a little bit more subtle. I know it looks like I'm doing a lot, but I'm just kind of dabbing and then working it. I'm not packing the highlight on. Boop, 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 because I can't resist highlight in my nose. Cupid's bow. Maybe. Do you even highlight? Yeah, okay, that's good. I should do my eyebrows since I get to attempt that weird feather brow thing. I don't know if this is gonna work. Gotta love summer 2020 trends. Oh, and I have my like little split here, so that's gonna look weird, but I guess the goal is to get your brows to just look like up, and then you call it laminated or feathered. And I don't know if people are coloring it with mascara, if they're using like a clear mascara, but I'm also, because my like little brow tail is so itty bitty, I'm just gonna pop some mascara in there first. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Oh wow, they use black font on a very dark ebony brow mascara. Yeah, and that one, ooh, I don't think that's even a hair. I think that's just, that's a fact of life. I've been growing my brows out my whole life for this. I think that's sort of how it's supposed to look besides this one over here. And for some reason I am having a lot of difficulty getting this one to go up. Definitely looks fluffy. Let's get into lip color. One of the trends is like the bitten lip look, which usually is almost a faded lip. So I put a lot of foundation over my lips so that it kind of blended them in a little bit. So I'm gonna start off with a NYX Liquid Suede cream lipstick in shade Life's a Beach because we're summer themed today. And I'm not even gonna put it all on because the goal is not to cover my whole lip, but just kind of get my inner color done. And if I do a liquid lipstick with it, hopefully it'll kind of stay there a little bit more than the NYX Pin Up Pout in Opinionated, which is a very pinky pink. So let's see, I'm gonna try and use this brush and pull it out. The idea is you don't really want concentrated hard lip line. Almost like an ombre, but not quite. And just to be even more extra, let's see if I can go in and just darken up that inner even more lightly. So I'm gonna use Too Faced Melted Matte in Into You, and I'm gonna darken up this inner part even more to make the fade even more pronounced because the two colors were too similar. And it kind of looks like a smeary lipstick. I don't 100% get it. They also suggested throwing on a gloss over top of it, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm gonna try it. Might as well. I'm gonna use a shimmery gloss. The whole concept is that you've been kissing people, right? I didn't even put it all over my lips. I just put it on the butthole part. Did I do everything? Did I hit all the steps? Lashes! Lashes are what I need. As much as I really want the big fluffy ones, because I like big fluffy lashes, I think I'm gonna go wispies instead. Because the eyes, even though they have those it's the statement lines and like the little pops of color here and there, the eyes seem to be a little bit more minimal, even with the glitter, I know. Let's break out my Ben Nye prosthetic adhesive and get sticking. There we go. I also forgot mascara. That's what I was missing. So if you're wondering, oh, how did this get more pigmented? How did those lines get fixed? I used the concealer to kind of sharpen out the lines a little bit and just touch them up a little, and then I went back and some of that color got a little messed up. I did put a little extra of the eyeshadow on just to pop it out a little bit more. All right, and here we go. This is Summer 2020 Trendy Eye Makeup. Thanks for joining me, Naps. I hope to see you here next Thursday. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell to get notified when I post for the last part of the Workplace Culture series or other fun makeup videos where I talk about philosophy, psychology, and life in general. If you have a suggestion that you'd like me to do, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear it and get ideas for future episodes. Yeah, go ahead. I hope you have an excellent day, night, evening, whatever you're about to do. Bye.